Adams, September 30th. Here for biweekly maintenance. Just kind of getting prepped today for a big annual install in a couple weeks. Be nice to bring in some fall colors here, but yeah, we pulled out a lot of struggling annuals, mostly geranium. We cut down some canna lilies as well, but from this front bed, mainly just deadheading the existing annuals that are still doing pretty well. Potato vines looking great. We deadheaded this bluebell, deadheaded all the geranium. That mum was sitting there in a pot, so we just put it in the ground, got it watered in. Did some very light pruning on the barberries. They were just, there wasn't much to do. Got a decent prune on that spirea. Deadheaded the planters. They're still looking pretty strong. The begonias have, a little bit of brown in them, but the jasmine's, or honeysuckle rather, is blooming. Everything's looking pretty good. That purple potato vine is looking awesome. In here, kind of same program, just pulling annuals that were spent and deadheading those that were still looking strong. In here, kind of deadheaded plumbago. Got around the corner and cleaned out behind the generator, kind of pruned some dead out of this big rose bush. Deadheaded the Rose of Sharon, found some Siberian elm mixed in that we cut down and pulled. Over in here, obviously some swaths of open areas that will allow for, an install. Yeah, just got everything deadheaded looking nice. This barberry on the east side is struggling quite a bit. It's just lost a lot of color and there aren't many leaves left on there, so just something to keep an eye on. And we'll move towards the back. This bed around the west side in the shade, didn't really have to do much. Just kind of going through and deadheading begonias and impatiens, geranium, making it look nice. It's pretty dry in here, even with all the irrigation that they've added, so I'm not sure if that zone's on frequently enough, but I know they have their own irrigation people here, but it's looking a little dry. Back in here, this hoss is getting eaten by something, but we just kind of plucked the dead out of it. Laurels, especially the two in the far back, are struggling. Gave them a good drink. Hopefully they bounce back. Deadheaded lamium through here. What is that, lungwort? Looking pretty good. In here, didn't really do a whole lot, just light deadheading of the begonias and impatiens. Over in this corner, we cut down some of the lilies. They were just looking pretty raggedy. That evergreen shrub right there is struggling quite a bit. Gave it a good drink. That dogwood is also not looking awesome. Something to note, we did deadhead the anemone and all the annuals. That dogwood over there as well isn't looking great. Gave it a big drink as well. Got the soil cleaned up, debris out of here. Deadheaded more anemone. Up on this north bed by the pool, the lantana and the plumbago looks really good right now. We did really prune back this trumpet vine. It was just kind of taken over, growing down. So gave that a good trim, really opened up this area nicely. Got the roses deadheaded, pulled a lot of the spent annuals from that area. There are even some bulbs back there that we ended up cutting to the ground. Salvia is still looking really nice. Lantana is looking really nice. Plumbago, some of that annual salvia still has some nice color. We ended up pulling two of the mums out of here that were just totally spent, and then these two we just ended up deadheading. They still had some emerging bulbs. Got the roses nice and deadheaded in here. debris cleaned out. Found some morning glory back in that plumbago and in the butterfly bush. Got that all taken care of. Over here on the far side of the pool, got the ivy dialed back. This is also looking dry, but the boxwoods still look good, so I'm not sure exactly what's going on here. This ground cover is, you know, kind of looking dry as well, but again, something to note. The geraniums still have a little pop over here. These planters still look pretty good. The canna lilies are kind of on their last legs, but jasmine looks good. The petunias are still in bloom. Over here, kind of lost the petunias in this one. The canna lilies as well. They're just kind of, you know, broadleaf at this point. Not a lot of color in there. So maybe we want to add some color when we make a fall transition here. Up along the east side, we pruned back the roses a little bit, cleaned up all the tree rings, deadheaded the geraniums and the lamium, pulled some of the annuals that were spent over here as well. Got back into this corner and really, you know, went after debris, deadheaded the impatiens over here, deadheaded all the lamium, pulled, you know, some of the dead out of those hostas that are also getting eaten. Cleaned back this corner. There's a ton of ivy coming down into this little pool shed area. I'll just open the door. This was like completely inundated with ivy, so we got rid of all of it, and, you know, swept and blew in here. So this is totally transformed. So I'm sure the pool guy will be happy with us there. Pulled all the ivy off this wall. It was just out of place. Yeah, that's about it. We're just walking around cleaning up, getting everything fluffed. We cleaned out that window well as well. Swept all surfaces, got up on the deck and swept and blew, and, you know, totally blew off the pool tarp, rearranged the pool furniture. So everything's neat and tidy. Yeah, place is looking good, ready for